Welcome everybody to my presentation on Write Email. This is Michael Chambers. I'm an IELTS and PTE instructor on Italki and a number of other platforms. And today I'm going to give you a presentation on a new task called Write Email, which is for the PTE Core exam. This is a new test for people wanting to emigrate to Canada. And it's very similar to the PTE academic test, but there are a few different tasks in it. One of them is Write Email, okay? And we have very little material around so far, so I'm going to give you some ideas, and in particular a template with a lot of text that you can memorize to make your life simple and to get a high score. All right, so let's keep moving. So this presentation, what we're going to do, we're going to look at a formal or semi-formal Write Email task from Pearson, okay, as an official task. Study my model answer to it. I'm going to give you a template for that task as a suggestion type task and tips on how to prepare and write it. Okay, so here's the task. I'll read it through with you. Okay, and we'll pay attention to the requirements. Okay, so read a description of the situation, then write an email about the situation. You'll have 9 minutes. 9 minutes are very short. Okay, you should aim to write at least 100 words. Aim for 100. Okay, you can write up to 120. Aim for 100. You can write down to 50. You know, go aim for around 100. Write using complete sentences. Even though it's an email, you still must use complete sentences. Here's the scenario. You work for a university that wants to do more to help its international students feel welcome and enjoy their time at the university. Write an email to Ms. Fletcher. Ms. Fletcher, she's going to be in the email. The head of the student office, giving 3 suggestions for ways that the university can help international students. There's the purpose of the email. 3 suggestions for ways that the university can help international students. You should write at least 100 words. I'm telling you that again. Alright, your ideas must come from the following 3 themes. They must. Theme 1, social activities. Theme 2, advice about accommodation. Theme 3, language support. You should include all 3 themes. I'm telling you that again. Alright, so don't just write about those 3 themes. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing different. Provide supporting ideas for your suggestions. Okay, so it can't just be suggestion on its own, it has to be some kind of support as well. All right, those of you who know the IELTS general writing task 1, you can see it's quite similar, okay, but it's shorter. All right, and they're giving you the first 3 words. Okay, here's my model answer. Dear Ms. Fletcher, I'm writing to give 3 suggestions for ways that the university can help international students. Firstly, it could provide social activities. This is mainly because many foreign students feel lonely. Another possibility is to publish advice about accommodation. If you did this, students would know more about finding apartments. The final option that I wish to suggest is to give language support to international students. This can be achieved, for example, by scheduling classes in the evening. I hope that you find my ideas useful. If you would like to discuss this email, you may contact me at your convenience. Sincerely, Michael Chambers. That's 107 words. Okay, so you're going to, by the end of this email, you'll be ready to write something very similar to that. Okay, so minimal planning. Okay, what went into this answer? There were 63 words of fixed template text. Okay, 63 words that you can memorize and write very quickly. 21 words of optional template text. Okay, for some supporting ideas. We'll come on to that. And just 23 original words. Okay, I only planned 23 original words. Okay, so how did the structure go? Okay, so dear name and task, Ms. Fletcher, just the same name, don't change the name. Paragraph 1, purpose of email, 1 sentence, I'm writing to, and then copy the language from the task. Okay, paragraph 2, state the first topic and add specific details in 2 sentences. Okay, so the first topic in the sample task is social activities. Copy that. Firstly, it could provide social activities. Okay, so that can go straightly. Firstly, and the social activities can go straight into your text. Okay, you can come up with that later. Paragraph 3, do the same. for the second topic, and paragraph 4 for the third topic. Paragraph 5, fixed text. This should work for most tasks. At least the one that's definitely a suggestion one that we know so far. I hope that you find my ideas useful. If you would like to discuss this email, you may contact me at your convenience. Sincerely, comma, that does the job. If you have to write to the Mr. or Ms. Okay, formal, semi-formal. Okay, so words to copy from the text, from the task, sorry, the name there, the purpose there, and the 3 themes there. Okay, name, purpose, 3 themes. Okay, so here's the template again. So we're adding, this is the text that we knew that the blue text is what we can just memorize. Okay, and these are the words that we can copy from the task in purple. Okay, so there's already got 63 words. Okay, 63 words are either memorized text or text taken directly from the task. Okay, and we've got to play with another 40 words to complete that task. All right, so next job, complete the first sentences of the body paragraphs. So for example, it could provide social activities. So 3 new words, keep that sentence simple. The second sentence is going to be more complex. Okay, another possibility is to publish advice about accommodation. This is where it's getting complex, but it's memorized, isn't it? So I created that phrase, to publish. You could say to give, to suggest, provide. You know, you could have different phrases. The final option that I wish to suggest is to give language support. You could say offer, provide support. Okay, again, we just needed an infinitive there. Okay, that was memorized, and that was from the task. Okay, so we're just completing those first 3 sentences very quickly. All right, now this is a harder job, the second sentence of each body paragraph. This is where we have to think a bit more. Okay, and the key here is to think grammar. Okay, we want to show the AI examiner and the AI grading mechanism that we can use a variety of complex grammatical structures. Okay, so have a think about what you might want, the kinds of ideas you might want. A reason. Okay, if you want a reason, you could start, this is mainly because. An example, if you want an example, this can be achieved, for example, by ing. Okay, consequence, there's 2 options here. This means that, or if you do this, or if you did this, this will, or something will, or something would. Okay, so there's 2 options, consequences and purpose. We could do this in order to what the goal is, what your purpose is. So these are phrases you can memorize to use when necessary. So think, what do I want here? What comes to mind fastest? Is it a reason, an example, a purpose, a consequence? Okay, have a bit of a variation if you can. You don't really want to be repeating these. Okay, and use the text that you memorize, and memorize that blue text so that you can add it in. Okay, so if we look here, this is mainly because many forest students feel lonely. Okay, that works, doesn't it? If you did this, students would know more about finding apartments. This can be achieved, for example, by scheduling classes. So this is all top level grammar. Okay, that use of this reference word. Okay, we're referring back to the previous idea. Again, this here is this as well, because this is a complex sentence. We've got 2 clauses. Okay, this is the first one, and then that one's the second one. Okay, again, that's complex, got 2 clauses, and this is complex in the sense that we're using a prepositional phrase, by, ing. Okay, so we're showing a huge amount of variety and complexity of vocabulary, of grammar mostly. Okay, all right. Okay, thinking about time management. So first 2 minutes, check the task as a formal suggestions task. Okay, that's what we've prepared for so far. They're the ones we've seen so far. Obviously, if it's something else, then you need some other tips. Okay, we can look at that later. So don't read it fully. You know, if you know what the template is going to be, you know, okay, let's get going. Write your template words and add in the words from the task as you write. Okay, so once you do that once or twice, that should be quite fast for you. You need the name, the purpose, and the 3 themes. Okay, Then you've got 1 minute to finish the first sentences of the body paragraphs, okay, and another minute to plan the second sentences of the body paragraphs. So create simple ideas. Notice how short my ideas were, but adding in the complex grammatical structures that you've memorized, okay. And 2 minutes, write the second sentences of the body paragraphs, okay. And then hopefully you have at least 2 minutes for checking, okay. So if you want top score in anything in life really, any writing, 2 minutes, you know, a decent amount of checking, okay. So I know 9 minutes is really short, okay, but the advantage of this method I'm giving you is hopefully you can minimize the amount of original ideas you need while having a very complex answer, okay. So, but you want to check it in properly, okay. So here's the second email task that Pearson have published. Again, another suggestions one, so you can use exactly the same template. Go for it, see what happens. You know, see how you feel using the words. Practice creating different ideas. Okay. So let's review what we've done. So what have you learned? Tell it. You know, make your own notes, especially after you've done that practice task. Okay. What do you need to practice more? Okay. Do you need to work with a teacher to get feedback on your practice text? Okay. Look out for new tasks, new tests from Pearson. Okay. So far we've just got those 2 samples. They're both formal tasks. They're both suggestions. So they haven't published any others. So there may be other formal tasks. Okay. It may ask you to give benefits and drawbacks, concerns. So we know, let's keep an eye out for those. If there are, then more templates can be provided or adapted as well. But you know, if you just think, if you've got a different purpose of your task, you're going to need slightly different words. Okay, so bear that in mind. Some of this language may not be, especially the body paragraphs, so you might have to adapt them slightly. Okay, so and we also know the task can be informal, but we haven't seen any tasks yet. So you are going to need you're going to need at least an informal template and preparation strategies for the informal tasks. Okay, and I do plan to produce one of those soon. Okay, so if you have any thoughts, any feedback on this presentation, any advice, feel free to message me. So thank you for listening and best wishes with your preparation.